you're out looking at homes to buy this week, next week, the following week, what I just said to sellers holds true. However, hey guys, it's Christopher McGee. I am the owner of Halcyon Real Estate. We are affiliated with the Keller Williams Utah Market Center in Salt Lake City, Utah. I'm coming to you. This is my hotel room in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm here this weekend for a realtor conference. Every year, Keller Williams does what they call family reunions, a bunch of breakout sessions. It's me coming and trying to learn how to be a better realtor for you. This is the 23rd of February, 2026. And this is the series of videos that I give to you every Monday to know exactly what Utah's housing market is looking like right now. So let's go ahead. Without any further ado, I'm going to give you several vectors of data to know exactly what Utah's housing market is looking like right now. Let's jump right in. Okay, here's where things are in the Utah housing market as of the 23rd of February, 2026. Our supply of available homes to buy stands at 10,839. That is up from the previous week. And you can see how the trend line on this chart goes just down, but you can see about 2/3 of the way across the chart, the data points stop going down, they level out, and then they start coming up. That lowest data point on the graph, 2/3 of the way down, that's the last Monday of 2025. And the very first reporting of 2026 shows inventory up, and it has trended up from there, and we anticipate it trending up for the foreseeable future, and that's a good thing. Last week, the number of homes sold came to 452. That is down from last week, which honestly surprises me a little bit. I anticipated this doing nothing but coming up once we got into February, just because of how many homes are going under contract. I'm still anticipating this coming up more in the future, the very near future. And that's because we see what's currently under contract standing at 5,320. That's up again from the previous week and by about 200 homes. And that's why I'm waiting to see our sold data start to rise more sharply. You can't have 200 more homes go under contract week over week for 2 months and not start to see a rising trend in the number of homes getting sold, right? Unless a lot of homes go under contract, only to have the buyer back out of the majority of them. But I'm not seeing that in my own practice. I'm not hearing about that. So the number of homes sold each week has got to start rising, or these numbers don't make sense. And if they don't, I'm going to figure out why. Last week, the average list price for homes in Utah came to $704,060. That's up from last week. We're still seeing a moderate trend down. Now, last week, the average sold home in Utah was at $684,500K, a little bit less than that. And so the difference, importantly, between where we see average list and average sold price comes in favor of the buyer still, as it has for some time, to the tune of $19,568 to be exact as of last week. Also important, last week, median sold price came to $505,000 and some change. And so the difference between average and median, where more people are having an experience buying a home in Utah, is about $180,000 difference, closer to the tune of $500K than $700K. Interest rates for a 30-year fixed rate conventional loan stand right now at 5.99%. That's down from last week and in a stable way. And this is the first time we've seen a Monday reporting in the 5% range since 2022. Kind of a big deal. Last week's average days on market came to 76 days. That's down from the previous week, still trending up. That trend is part of what creates the current downward pressure on prices. My guess is we've seen the peak on this and it's going to level out and start to trend down. Last week, the number of price reductions we saw in the market came to 863. That's down from the previous week, seeming unsure which way it wants to trend, but hovering between about 800 to 1,000 per week lately. And lastly, the number of listing contracts last week that were either canceled or expired or withdrawn from the MLS came to 317, down a bit from the previous week and trending moderately down, showing more confidence by sellers, home sellers. They're more confident when they put their house on the market that it's going to sell. All right, what does this mean if you're selling a home in Utah right now? What it means on the macro, if we're just zoomed out looking at Utah as a whole, this might be different in your neighborhood. But if we're looking at Utah as a whole, what we see right now is the fact that there's still downward pressure on prices and they are still on a moderate downward trend, the fact that average days on market is still trending up, and the fact that the available supply of homes to buy is trending up, Those things together all tell me that if you're looking to sell your home this week, if you were to put your home on the market this week, it would be wiser, instead of trying to squeeze all the money possible out of it, it would be wiser to get in front of the way that data is moving and price conservatively as you put your home on the market. Now, if you're looking to buy a home in the near future, if you're out looking at homes to buy this week, next week, the following week, what I just said to sellers holds true. However, the fact that more and more homes are going under contract, the fact that interest rates are trending solidly and stably down, those things make me say that right now we see an inflection point in the market. And I think that downward pressure on homeward prices is about to level out. And I think that we'll see how long it's level, but the demand is definitely there and the interest rates are coming down. I think you're going to start seeing a lot more competition. I'm not telling you it's going to be like it was in 2019 through 2021. We don't have that kind of a market right now. For example, in 2021, we had a low point of like 1,500 homes on the market in all of the state of Utah. And right now we have a little under 11,000 homes on the market, right? During that time, we were seeing like 2,000 plus sales per week. And during this time, we're seeing more like 450 to 500 homes sold in a week. So it's not about to be like it was in COVID. Dramatic things would have to change for it to be like that. Also during COVID, of course, we can't forget that people were getting 2 and 3% rates on their mortgages, right? So we're just not there, but we do have a lot of pent up demand, and we see things moving in the direction a little more in favor of the sellers right now. All right, that's it. Sorry for the different background and my relatively casual dress today. But if you have any questions about any of these numbers or how I've presented them or what they mean, feel free to hit me in the comments. As always, I am gonna know what the market looks like here in Utah always. And if you need this data specific to your neighborhood, that's what I'm gonna give you as well if you're a client of mine. If you know anybody, or if you are somebody who's moving into Utah or around Utah, especially in Salt Lake City or the county above, or in Davis County or in Utah County, I'm gonna be happy to help, and I hope you're comfortable reaching out to me. I'm gonna be happy to hear from you. And because better real estate data will make for better real estate decisions, if this is the kind of information that you want your head wrapped around, you will do no better than to hit that subscribe and keep up on it with me from week to week. Thanks for watching this week, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye, bye-bye.